Hello everyone, and welcome to our evening Hoonko service. We will begin with the chanting of Shoshinge Sofu style, Nembutsu and Echo, which is same as Jusege.
億年弥陀仏本願次年即時入一上唯の上昇如来語お大具税音天人菩薩道論説奇妙無下公如来永衆たら見真実光線王朝大誓願遊本願力栄光移動群上小一子記入空読大崩壊筆逆入大永修修徳子蓮華同世界即小信用発祥寺有本の林源神図入生寺恩寺王下本師論乱両天使上皇乱生菩薩来三道ルシ十条教凡上専用気楽法天人菩薩論中下道因が見世願方言ねこゆたり少女心唯心人漠然本部新人法承知承持即涅槃必死無量光明道小修上回復家同社結晶道難所唯明浄土活入万伝自力変言宗円満徳語感染症三不三神経音語道末法滅道品一生道悪地具で思案如外称名化全道独名仏所依公愛上三陽逆悪光明明語権因ね介入本願第一回行者少女今後し狂気一年相互用意大と逆三に特賞発祥市上楽原神公開一大教返帰安女間一切先導終身反戦時法華二道小弁流極重悪人唯小仏我薬大摂取中煩悩証言水不見大無見上昇が本資源空妙仏教民伝幕本部に新宗教書公編集戦弱本願具悪性現来生自輪伝へ決知義上位諸子即入弱上無意楽筆致信寺の入仏教大事宗師と上 際無変極辱悪道徳自主愚道心有意化しし高層説
Tonight's guest speaker is Reverend Kiyonobu Kuwahara. Reverend Kuwahara was born on January 10, 1975, in Kure City, Hiroshima, Japan. He is the oldest son of a temple family in Kure. His grandfather was a Kaikyoshi minister in Manchuria during World War II. After the war, he returned to Japan. However, since he was not from a temple family, he did not have a temple to take over, so he established a new temple in Kure. Reverend Kuwahara earned his BA in English education from Hiroshima University in March of 1997. In March of 2000, he earned an MA in Jodo Shinshu from Ryukoku University. He completed his PhD program in Jodo Shinshu at Ryukoku University in March of 2003, but has not yet submitted his dissertation. In May of 2006, he earned an MA in Jodo Shinshu at the Institute of Buddhist Studies. His work experience includes working at the Jodo Shinshu Honganji-ha International Department in August of 2006. In October of 2007, he was the coordinator for the Jodo Shinshu Correspondence Course and coordinator for the International Ministerial Orientation Program at the BCA Jodo Shinshu Center Honganji office. He became the co-director for BCA, Center for Buddhist Education, in April of 2012, the supervising minister at the Berkeley Buddhist Temple in January of 2018, and currently is the manager at the Jodo Shinshu Center International Office as of April 2019. He married Hitomi in March of 2003 and has 3 sons, Takato, who is 10, Eito, who is 7, and Hiroto, who is 3. Reverend Kuwahara enjoys eating, and his favorites include potato chips, pizza, hamburgers, and French fries. His favorite phrase from the larger sutra is, wanting less and realizing that I've already had plenty.
Thank you for attending West Los Angeles Buddhist Temple Hoonko service. This is founder Shunan Shonin's annual memorial service and one of the most important services for the Jodo Shinshu Buddhists. I thank Reverend Takata, Reverend Amy Umezu, and West LA Temple members for giving me a chance to share Shunan Shonin's teaching on this very important occasion. Today, I'd like to talk about the Nembutsu practice, Nembutsu recitation, Namo Amida Butsu, in the Jodo Shinshu tradition. If you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. Seeing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the world, countless as particles in the 10 quarters, the Buddha grasps and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. 十方未尽世界の念仏の主情を見備わし、摂取して捨てざれば阿弥陀と名付け立て祀ると。ナマンダーブツ、ナマンダーブツ、ナマンダーブツ、ナマンダーブツ、ナマンダーブツ。Again, thank you very much for attending today's service. So to recite Buddha's name is one of the major Buddhist practices, especially in the pure and Buddhist tradition. There are many different ways to explain or interpret the recitation practice. Today, let me use this example. The boy next to me is my second son, 8. He's now 12 years old. He eats a lot and he's growing. But when he was born, of course, he was a tiny baby. As a father, I took care of him, changing his diapers, feeding him, bathing him, right? So I spent a lot of time with him, and then I talked to him a lot, sometimes saying, "Hey, 8, I'm your dad. Hey, 8, I am your Tochan." Tochan means dad in Japanese. 8 grew up receiving love, care, words from me. At some point, baby 8 started wondering, who is this guy? He's always with me and working hard for me. As he received care and love from me, he eventually realized, this guy is special to me. Then the day came when 8 first uttered the word dad or Tochan. It was his utterance, but how could he utter this word? It could be said, care, love, and the word he had received from me caused his utterance of dad. They urged 8 to say Tochan. It was also a response to what he had received from me. Of course, he didn't have clear knowledge of what the word dad or Tochan meant when he first uttered it. However, as he continued to receive love and care from me and continued to develop a relationship with me, he has had a deeper understanding of who this guy is and what the word dad or Tochan means. Dad, Tochan, has come to be a special word for him, different from other regular nouns. So now, let me talk about the Nembutsu recitation, Namo Amida Butsu. I'd say the same thing happens when we say Namo Amida Butsu. Amida Buddha's care, compassion, guidance have been directed to us and nurtured us for many kalpas, as if a baby receives care and love from her parents. And because of them, we eventually utter the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. In the three treasures, it is said, hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. We have received a chance to hear the Dharma or Buddha's teaching. And we have realized all the care, compassion, guidance directed to us from Amida Buddha. This phrase of the three treasures expresses our joy and or appreciation of such realization. So now I'm talking about the recitation of Buddha's name, Amida Buddha's name. So let me talk a little bit about Amida Buddha. So this Amida is a Buddha of any time and anywhere. The word Amida is an Indian term which carries two meanings. One is immeasurable life, and the second one means unhindered light. Even when we live in the 1st century, 5th century, 21st century, 25th century, it doesn't matter. Since this Buddha has an immeasurable life, whatever it is, Amida is always with us. Amida is always next to us. And then Amida is also a Buddha of unhindered light. Wherever we are, the light of this Buddha reaches us. Nothing can block, nothing can hinder the light of Amida Buddha. Therefore, wherever we are, Amida Buddha is always with us. Based on this understanding, I would say Jodo Shinshu is a Buddhist path in which we become aware of Amida Buddha's care, compassion, and guidance by deeply listening to the teaching. Such awareness is Shinjin in the Jodo Shinshu tradition. To deeply and gratefully realize what we have received from Amida Buddha, that is Shinjin. Then how do we attain Shinjin? Just listen to the teaching of Amida Buddha. As a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist, what are we supposed to do in our everyday lives? Please deeply listen to the teaching. So in that sense, I would say to listen to the teaching is our practice. By listening to the teaching, we come to realize we have been nurtured and embraced in the care, compassion, and guidance of Amida Buddha for many karmas. Once we have realized that the utterance of Namo Amida Butsu comes out of our mouth spontaneously, naturally. Our Nembutsu recitation is a response or expression of our gratitude to what we have received from Amida Buddha. In other words, if we are not clear about what we have received from Amida Buddha, there is no true and real Nembutsu. As we continue life with Amida Buddha by listening to the teaching, we know more about Amida Buddha. This Buddha is always with us, never leaves us alone, especially when we say Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, which brings us spiritual comfort or strength to deal with difficulties or challenges. This is one of the benefits that Jodo Shinshu Buddhists can receive from this teaching. This is the life of Nembutsu. Lastly, let me share one poem composed by a person who lived with the Nembutsu. Scott Morris, he is a member of the Orange County Buddhist Church. He had an ALS. ALS is a nerve disease to lose the control of muscles and eventually lead a patient to death. As a patient of ALS and also a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist, he composed this poem. I have ALS and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to retire early to be with my family. I'm grateful I have a family and friends that are so supportive and hopeful. I'm grateful I can still work and get around. When that is gone, I'm grateful I can still use my hands to feed myself. When that is gone, I'm grateful I can still breathe and laugh and feel. When that is gone, I'm grateful I had a wonderful life. And when that is gone, Namo Amida Butsu. It was appreciated that he could encounter the teaching of Nembutsu. He could realize that he was in Amida Buddha's compassionate embrace, whatever happens, whatever happens. Despite his difficult situation, he received spiritual comfort and strength from this teaching and Nembutsu. So I hope all of us continue to listen to the teaching and then live a spiritually fulfilled life like him. Again, thank you very much for attending today's service. Tomorrow, Reverend Mukojima of Mountain View Buddhist Temple is a speaker. He's one of my most favorite speakers, ministers. Please attend tomorrow's service as well and enjoy his Dharma message. I'm sure there is more humors and jokes in his message different from mine. So now I'd like to close my Dharma message reading a Shinran Shonin's hymn one more time. So if you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. Seeing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the world's countless particles in the 10 quarters, the Buddha grasps and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. 十方未尽世界の念仏の主情を見備わし、摂取して捨てざれば阿弥陀と名付け立てまつると。ナマンダーブツナマンダブツナマンダーブツナマンダブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダー。Thank you very much. Please take care.
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma message this evening. We will now have the reading of Ryogemon.
Please join me with palms together as we read Ryogemon, Words of Understanding by Renyo Shonin. We rely upon Amida Buddha with our whole heart for the enlightenment in the life to come, abstaining from all sundry practices and teachings, and giving up the trust in our imperfect view. There is no doubt that the assurance of enlightenment comes at the very moment we entrust, and we recite the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, in joy and gratitude for the Buddha's compassion. We also acknowledge gratefully the benign benevolence of our founder and succeeding masters who have led us to live in this profound teaching, and we do now endeavor to follow throughout our lives the way laid down for us. Ryoge Shutsugon. もろもろの造業雑種自力の心を振り捨てて、一心に阿弥陀如来我らが今度の一大事の御所、御助け空へと頼み申して候。頼む一年の時、往生一条、助け事情と存に、この上の称名は、豪能者と存じ、喜び申し候。 この恩断り弔問申し訳そろこと、ご解散承認ご出世のご恩、次第相乗の前時式の朝からざるご関係のご恩と、ありがたく存じ候。この上は定めを課せられるおのきて、一語限り守り申すべく候。ナマンダプツナマンダプツナマンダプツナマンダプツナマンダプツナマンダプツ。
All right, so now I have a few announcements. Saturday, January 16th, we have our Hoonko Memorial Seminar entitled True Essence of Pure Land Way, True Teaching. And our guest speakers are Reverend Kenneth Fujimoto in English and Reverend Yuso Toshima in Japanese. And if you would like to register, please contact WLA Dharma Center at gmail.com. It is free, but donations are greatly appreciated. The following day, January 17th, is our Hoonko Memorial Service. Again, we will have speakers Reverend Fujimoto and Toshima, and it starts at 10 o'clock. Now, this month, we are starting our monthly Dharma gatherings. The first one is for college students, and it runs from January through June. If you are interested, please contact WLA Dharma Center at gmail.com. You can also go to our website for full details. We also have a Dharma gathering for young adults, and suggested age range is from 18 to 35. This also runs from January through June, and as before, you can contact WLADharmaCenter.com. Now, for 2021, we have winter Dharma gatherings. We have 2 sessions. The first one is entitled Shoshin Nembutsuge, Hymn of True Shinjin and the Nembutsu. And this is instructed by Reverend Takata. It starts on January the 20th, and it runs for 5 sessions. It's from 7 to 8 p.m., and the registration fee is $50. The second session is the Basic Teachings of Jodo Shinshu. This is instructed by Reverend Ryuta Furumoto. This starts on January the 21st and runs for 4 sessions. This is from 6 to 7 p.m., and the registration fee is $40. And again, for both of these, please go to WLADharmaCenter at gmail.com. Well, thank you for attending tonight's service. Please join us again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Have a great evening.